Hey guys, welcome back to Chinese Car Guy. Today I have the ultra futuristic supercar that went bankrupt. This is the Hiphi X. This car has some amazing cool features. I'm gonna bring you around to have a look at the exterior, the interior, and some cool features about this car and go for a drive. So one of the amazing features about this car is this car keys over here. If I were to click the left 2 times and the right 2 times, it will open like a peacock. Let's try this. I've never tried this. Oh, it works, it works, it works. It works, it works. Guys, it works. Check out how cool this is. All doors are open fully. Look at this. This is the usual way that you can show off, pull up at somebody's garage and just show them this futuristic car that looks like a transformer. The only downside of this car is that the height is slightly tall, so it doesn't feel that sleek. If they can incorporate the flying wings with a sedan like their Hiphi Z, then I thought that would be perfect. So one of the amazing features about this car is I don't have to unlock the car. I just have to walk closer to the car and it will auto unlock by itself. Check this out. The door will detect. It auto sense that I'm coming and it opened the door wider for me. If I were to walk away with the key, this car will automatically lock itself. So if you are the passenger, you will walk from its side. Again, there's no car handles over here. There are 2 buttons. I'm gonna click the rear seat. Let's try. You step aside and it will open it for you. This is really spacious because you can essentially step up like this and sit down. So it's really comfortable. Wow. So in order for me to close the door, I will have to click this button. Let's see. Hi. Also, I can individually open this flying wing just to show off, really. And the button is here. Let's check this out. Wow, how cool is that? I mean, nobody really goes cruising like this. As a driver, click this button over here and it will automatically pop out. It is able to open up to 90 degrees. It's so comfortable. And guess what? There's also no car handles. This is a luxurious car, ladies and gentlemen. So what you will do is the same as the Rolls-Royce. You press the brake pedal and it will automatically close. And it also adjusts your seats as well. If you exit, the chair is gonna push backwards, the steering wheel is gonna push forward and give you a lot of space for you to exit and enter. So this is the steering wheel. This is made of leather. And then you have the trackpad over here. This is the autopilot assistance. And this is the voice automated button. You also have your buttons over here. I do have to say, I am a dumb consumer. So when it becomes that abstract, it is really hard for consumers like me to know how to handle it on the go. Everything you can do is done through the screen over here. It is all in Chinese. So you have the center screen here that tells you the speed and some of the key information. You have the usual heads-up display because this is a Chinese car, so this is a must. When I drive, it is easier for me to look at the heads-up display rather than looking at here or the center control. This sensor over here essentially detects you from getting over exhausted. Some drivers in China might have been driving for long periods of time and they might fall asleep on the wheels. So this is to prevent that. And it will send you a reminder of some sort to tell you, hey, you gotta get some rest. The lights over here are not very visible now, but at nighttime it is brilliant. So for the center control, click here for 360 degrees camera. There are just so many cameras here because this is China. There's also automatic parking system, which I haven't tried. There's also a voice automated system here. Let's try. Hiphi Go.
董事长，你说。
你会英文吗？
好的，您可以跟我说美好用英文怎么说。
美好用英文怎么说？ Oh, it switches off. Hiphi Go.
董事长，你说。
Can you speak English? I guess he can't speak English. Here, you can also have a 3-dimensional view of your car and you can ask it to open or close the doors. For example, if I have a passenger coming this way, I can click here Let me drag it like this. If I want the wing to come up as well, because we gotta show off, right? So one thing about these doors is that it has sensors. So if it senses somebody is behind the door or something is in between the door, it will actually stop. You have your air condition control here, your music, seat function that allows you to turn on massage, seat cooling in the summer, and seat heating in the winter. Now let me bring you to this seat over here. So at the front passenger seat, you do have to reach out to this button over here and click it so that it can close the door for you. So for the front passenger, there is a lot of entertaining space here. You can watch any movies that you want. You can even connect your phone on it and watch some Netflix. The only downside I realized yesterday is that I actually have to reach forward to touch the screen, and it's very annoying for the passenger to constantly reach out. There are some functions where you can control it at the center control screen that will be reflected at this screen. For example, if I were to play a song and I want to see the lyrics, it will be like a karaoke session. Also, the lighting in the car will move accordingly to the music as well. When I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody that compared to my baby, and nobody came with he's nervous. But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting. The only downside I will say is that it is pretty laggy. I have had cars where it is so responsive. It's more responsive than Apple products. I'm not sure if it is because it is going bankrupt or it needs some servicing. Even when I call it, it's not super responsive as well. So now we are at the back seat. This is the CEO seat. You have buttons over here for you to turn on the lights. You have this panoramic roof above you. You have your physical air vents. I love physical air vents. I feel that there is a lot of high-tech cars that doesn't have physical air vents and is so annoying. For example, the Xiaomi SU7 has no physical air vents. If you have not checked out my video on Xiaomi SU7, make sure you click the pop-up banner. So you have your buttons, and this is the most crucial button. Essentially, it writes CEO. Check this out. Okay, I move this way. Look at the front seat. Oh, look at the knee support. Wow. Hi-Fi Go. 请帮我打开按摩。
右后座椅按摩已打开。
I think massage parlors in China is going to run out of business as well. Maybe not foot massage parlors because there's no, maybe cars should have foot massage. Whichever car that comes out with foot massage first might win. This car, however, doesn't have any tables. Also, it doesn't have any screens, which a lot of cars actually have now. So maybe they could improve on that. The electricity just went off. Wait, what? Okay. Thankfully, it's still working. I don't know. Maybe it's... So ladies and gentlemen, what just happened is completely unscripted. The power just went off in the car. The air conditioning is off, the front screen was off, and I was like, oh my goodness, am I gonna be stuck here? But that leads me to a very important thing, which is how do you get out if battery runs out or you are in an emergency situation? Essentially, there is a button over here and you press it or you pull it and the door will actually pop open. There's also air vents here. Look at this panel. I'm gonna touch it. You can control your seats. This is the temperature, seat cooling, heating, massage, whatever you want. Here you can put your phone. Also, you have USB-C to charge your phone. Here you have your armrest. Very important for the bosses. I like this seat belt. It has this so that it's always gonna be in the right position. I love this car. Let me get some sleep first.
A few moments later.
This is amazing. I love this. I love this. If I want to go to the third row over here, I'm gonna try pressing this button. Oh, look at this. Look how spacious it is. Now I can enter very easily. When I am ready, what do I press? Can somebody tell me what? Oh, I press this. You click this. Perfect. But can I be honest? It is very uncomfortable here. It is so tight. I have headroom, but what is this? This is right in front of my forehead. There is a mirror if you want to check yourself out. So you have your individual air vents. But the third row, I would say it is a fail. I don't think anybody is going to sit here, honestly. There are a lot of cars with amazing third rows that really is comfortable for people to sit. For example, the Lixiang L9 has amazing third row seats. If you have not checked out my video on Lixiang L9, make sure you click the pop-up banner right here. Also, the back seat, you have the USB-C charging port over here. So this is the part where it hooks to the wing. So now let's talk about boot space. This looks quite spacious. If you pull this handle over here, it is gonna fall forward, giving you more space. If you pull up, there's additional space.
Look at the size of that trunk. You could put 3 bodies in there.
For you to close this boot, you click this button to close it. So the driving experience I had so far is one big problem. This car is extremely jerky. Secondly, I think that the suspension can be improved. When I am driving on uneven grounds, it is actually quite bumpy. As for why this car went bankrupt, essentially the brand Hiphi, also known as Human Horizon, in Chinese is called Gaohe. They have been making very high-tech, high price point cars. This car is over 100,000. They also have 2 other models called Hiphi Y and Hiphi Z, but they haven't been doing very well. Early this year, they have announced that they are stopping the production for 6 months. Early August this year, they filed for bankruptcy. One thing about this car is that they dare to dream, and that is really what impressed a lot of Chinese. There are a lot of people who respect this brand for that. In fact, this brand literally produces concept cars for real usage. There are just so many brands who are creating concept cars and never go into production. Unfortunately, I think they didn't do their business structure well enough, and that lead to the failure. This car itself can also go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds plus. That is insane. The car is not as quiet as I would like it to be. There's almost like some engine noise. There's also lane keeping assistance. It can automatically steer you back into the center of the lane. One thing also that I don't really like is the light signals sound. Sometimes when I turn on the light signal, it doesn't have sound for like 3 seconds because the voice assistant was speaking, or I was having the 360 cameras on because I was reversing or something. So I was like, have I switched on my hazard light or not? So apart from the jerky brakes, which really annoys me, I think this car is quite good. I really hope that they can pull out of this situation. So what do you think about this car? Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. That will really help with the YouTube algorithm to push my video out to more viewers. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.